This is rabies, a virus from the Lyssavirus genus in the Rhabdoviridae family. Bullet-shaped, enveloped with a single-stranded RNA genome. 59,000 people die from it every year worldwide. That's more than one death every 9 minutes. Rabies has been documented since 2300 BCE in ancient Mesopotamian texts, describing mad dogs and fatal bites. Louis Pasteur developed the first vaccine in 1885, but the virus hasn't changed much. Evolution has had over 4,000 years to perfect this predator. In the US, bats carry it in every state except Hawaii. Globally, 95% of cases come from dog bites in Africa and Asia. And once symptoms show, the fatality rate isn't 99%, it's 100%. The virus, let's call it RABV, enters through the broken skin. It doesn't rush. It binds to nicotinic acetylcholine receptors on muscle cells or nerve endings. Think of it as a key fitting a lock your body can't change. But how does it do it? RABV replicates locally in the muscle tissue near the wound, producing up to 10,000 new virus particles per infected cell. But here's what's interesting. The body doesn't notice yet. No fever, no swelling. The hiker feels fine, bandages the scratch, and drives home. What the body doesn't know is this incubation period can last from 2 weeks to 6 years, averaging 2 to 3 months, depending on the bite location. A face bite? Symptoms in days. Ankle? Months. The virus is patient. Stage 1. After local replication, RABV hijacks the peripheral nervous system. It enters motor neurons at the neuromuscular junction. Using motor proteins like dynein, it travels retrogradely, backward, along the axon toward the central nervous system. Speed? Up to 100 millimeters per day. That's about 4 millimeters per hour. Silent and unstoppable. The hiker? Day 1 to 30. No symptoms. He works, exercises, travels. But inside, the virus climbs the sciatic nerve, inch by inch. Stage 2. It reaches the dorsal root ganglia in the spine. Replicates again, now in the central nervous system. The body's immune response starts, but too late. Antibodies can't cross the blood-brain barrier easily. Stage 3. RABV enters the brain stem, infects neurons in the hippocampus, cerebellum, and cortex. It forms Negri bodies, inclusion bodies in the cytoplasm, visible under microscope as proof of infection. Around day 60, the hiker is experiencing fever, headache, anxiety. He thinks it's the flu. But here's where it gets worse. The immune system overreacts. Cytokine release, basically inflammatory chemicals flooding the brain. Encephalitis sets in. Stage 4. Acute neurologic period. Hydrophobia, fear of water, not psychological. The virus damages throat muscles. Swallowing triggers spasms. Aerophobia, wind on skin causes pain. Hallucinations, paralysis spreads. T cells attack infected neurons, but that kills brain cells too. Once in the brain, RABV spreads to salivary glands via cranial nerves, ensuring transmission if the victim bites. Respiratory system shuts down. Heart rhythm disrupts. Coma follows. Post-exposure prophylaxis, vaccine plus immunoglobulin, works if given before symptoms. But after? Nothing. The Milwaukee Protocol, inducing coma, saved a few, but success rate under 10%. Most people die. Statistically, 40% of global victims are children under 15. In India alone, 20,000 deaths yearly. From bite to brain, distance from ankle to spine, about 1 meter. At 100 millimeters per day, that's 10 days minimum. So, what does death from rabies actually look like? In the ICU, the hiker is restrained. Not because he's violent, but because his brain no longer recognizes his body. Foam gathers at his mouth. Machines breathe for him. His brain swells. Organs begin to fail. Death doesn't come suddenly. It comes 2 to 10 days after symptoms begin, from respiratory collapse or cardiac arrest. Evolutionarily, rabies is efficient. It doesn't kill quickly. It keeps the host alive just long enough to spread.